is almost a hat. There you go. As I was making it, I'm like, why does mine look plain? That doesn't make any sense. Did I do something wrong? Hi everybody, welcome back. It's been a while since I've done a podcast and what I've been working on, but life has just been crazy busy. So let's just get into it. I have a whip that is like I'll do that in between. I have one finished object and then I'll kind of talk about its partial finished object, but then like still a whip, really strange. And then we'll talk about other whips too. So the first thing, and the only thing that technically I have done, is a hat. So these are the things I'm going to be showing you. This and then the next one are gifts for somebody for Hanukkah. I don't think I'll get it to them before Hanukkah starts because I have to mail it, but hopefully they'll get it like during Hanukkah. So I made, this is the Purl Soho classic hat. It's just the ribbed stretchy hat, and I did it in DK weight yarn. This grayish grayish blue is Lola Bean. I will put down below what that is. And then the white cream, which it's really, really hard to see here. Let's see if I can find, you're gonna be able to see this. See how some of the white has a little flecks? It's very hard to see. Like you almost don't see it in the hat, but it does have flecks in it. That is another DK weight yarn. I don't remember what it's called. It's from the Hypnotic Yarn, their Yarnable subscription, and this was from probably at least 2 years ago or more. I've just been holding on to them. So I use that for these two. I would say the only thing I don't like is because you're doing stripes, you can see on the back, I tried to do what is like jogless stripes, and I guess from far away you probably wouldn't notice, but as someone who knits, I don't feel that it was a super great job. But overall, I really love this hat. I love this pattern. I'm actually probably going to be making, when I'm done with the big project that I'm working on and one other thing, I'll probably start making another one of these, maybe a couple with whatever DK weight that I have, but I'm not going to do the little itsy bitsy stripes back and forth. I'll probably just either do one color, or they have it where you can do like most of it and then like the crown part you put into a different color. So I have some ideas for that, but I love this pattern. It's super quick and easy. It did not take me long to make this at all. And the yarns, like I have to say, even though I don't have the Yarnable subscription anymore, their yarn is super great, soft, wonderful. If you're into that, definitely. The Lola Bean yarn, again, super great and wonderful. I got it when I was at the Sheep and Wool Festival in Rhinebeck. So I still have a little bit of it left. So I think I'm going to use that in one of the other hats. So that is my only like totally finished object. I am going to talk about one thing and then I'll talk about my big partially finished / it's still a whip object. Okay, the next item is a mostly finished whip. There are some finished objects. It's a multi-item thing. So this is going to be hopefully a Christmas gift for one of my coworkers. These are just dishcloths. So these are the ones that I already have done. This is just I think it's called the As Pie Dishcloth. I'll include it below what it is, but honestly it's really easy. These are made out of, what is this? Like the big twist cotton. And I think technically I got this yarn from the coworker, and so they wanted me to make them some dishcloths. So I have these 3 done, which they are super cute. I have to say though, the cotton yarn on my hands feels so awful. Like I can do it, but I really dislike having to knit with this, which is why it's been over a year since I've gotten this yarn and I have not finished things. But right now, as you can see, I had to take the needle away. I'm working on this one, which is pink, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more colors potentially. So if I can get everything else done and get these done by, say, like early next week, then I will drop them off in the office for my coworker. But again, yeah, I The dishcloth pattern is amazing, and I know that this cotton yarn is going to be amazing with it, but I don't know if anybody else feels that way. I just, even like feeling it here, doesn't feel too bad, but like working with the yarn like around my fingers, it just feels terrible. I know there's people that use cotton yarn all the time, and maybe it's just this type of yarn. And I don't know if if you could tell, one of these they're all the same needles. I don't know if I just had super tight tension the other two or like super loose one day. Not that it's a big deal, but they're cute. Really easy pattern, super cute. Honestly, they don't take that long to make. I just put it off, and now I've put it off, and I have, like I said, one more thing that I really need to get out sooner than this one, because this one I can literally just drive over 10 minutes away and drop it at the office. The other one I got to send out, but that is a partially finished object / whip. But like I said, I'm hoping to get that done by either this weekend or early next week so that I can drop it off. So that is in my Harry Potter bag that I got. If I can find where I got this from, I bought this on a D-stash on Facebook, so I don't know if like they make these or what. It says addicted to sock knitting, so like I have no idea, but anyways, it was really cute. I like that. Okay, now this is the big one. This is the project that I really should not have committed myself to, and or I should have started way before. Now this is a crochet project. I can crochet just fine. I don't have any issue with it. I just don't do it very much. It's not as easy on my hands, and honestly it's probably because I am trying to get this done really quick. But what I'm making is, and I'll put something up here so you can see, it's the is it the Very Hungry Caterpillar? The Very Hungry Caterpillar set. Now I was originally going to include the cocoon, the butterfly, wings, and like I think there's a sun and like an egg or something and like a moon maybe. I don't think I'm gonna get to the expansion part of it. I just don't have time. If this was 2 weeks earlier, totally could do it, but now that I only have a couple days to finish this up and then get it mailed out, I don't think I will, but I'll show you what I got. So there are a ton of parts. So if you don't know the story, in the book they have the caterpillar has 5 days of eating like singular things. So 1 apple, 2 pears, 3 plums, 4 strawberries, 5 oranges. So that's already 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 things that you need to crochet. And then on top of that, I think that's what, 7 other things, plus the caterpillar themselves. Like it's more of a shell of a caterpillar, but the caterpillar themselves. And then if you want to do the expansion. So honestly, and some of these I have to say are quite complicated. So I'll show you some of the ones that are a little more complicated. Like here's the apple, one of the oranges. What are some of the other things? Here is a pear, strawberry, there's a pickle. This is one of the ones that took me quite a long time just because there's a lot of parts. So this is the cherry pie. So you have to make like the large triangular piece of the pie, and then all of this bobble, you make one long piece, one long rectangle, and then you fit it over, and then you have to sew the entire thing around. You have to add on the scalloped edge, and then you have a long chain here and a long chain here that you individually chain up and make, and then you have to sew it all the way on. So this one took quite a lot of time, but I am actually really proud of it. I think it's really cute. One of the other ones that took a while, not too bad, this is the cupcake. So, and what I really like, I have to say about this, and I will definitely link the Etsy below where I bought it. I think it's Cozy Castle, I believe. It's linked down below. I'm not really great with memory, so I try to remember these things, but I will link them. What's really nice though about it is there's a lot of parts, and some of these are kind of complicated crochet techniques or just things you wouldn't normally do. It's not just single crochet, double crochet, all of that. There's like parts. So for this one, this is a piece of Swiss cheese. So what you do is there's actually 2 different pieces. So there's a front and a back that you individually make. And where these holes are, you make like all these chains, and then you have to take the chains and shove them inside and then sew. And so like here, there would be a chain, you shove it inside to make the hole. So like I said, some of these have quite complicated techniques, but the person includes videos, not for every single thing, but for a majority of the items, they do make little videos that you have little links on the pattern to a Google Drive. And I would say they were very helpful because, for example, when I was looking at this cupcake, making it, I thought that this was all, I don't know, like made as you went up, but what it actually is, I won't be able to see this. This is just a piece. So you make it plain all the way up and then you go down. It's like a quadruple, a treble. I don't think it's a treble. I think it was 3, maybe 4. Anyways, and then you go all the way down and you make these front post. So I didn't realize that because as I was making it, I'm like, why does mine look plain? That doesn't make any sense. Did I do something wrong? So what's nice is you can go into the video towards the later end and then I see, oh yeah, hers was plain too at this point. She adds in oh, okay. Like, so I think having the videos was super helpful because when I bought the expansion pack, and again, even if I don't make the extra part of it, I think both together were $25, which for some people, they'd be like, that's insane. But if you think about it, like I said, here's my big box. Oh, stuff. You are getting, what, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I think I'm kind of there at 23, including, that's part of the caterpillar. So that's just one part. And then if you add the expansion, it's not a ton more to add the expansion part on. And whatever, supporting a small business is fine. Even if I don't end up doing it, it's my fault. You get a lot for it. And for her to include all of those videos, well worth your money. It's super helpful. So if you ever consider doing this, the only thing I have to say is give yourself time. It takes a lot longer than you think, especially if you're not a very, very advanced crocheter that can crochet. And I mean advanced in the sense of you can crochet really fast. I just take a lot more time to crochet, so maybe it's just a me thing. But anyway, so like I said, here's a salami. I added this on there. I don't know if you're supposed to. And a lollipop, like a sausage, watermelon. And then I'm not quite done yet, but I started the caterpillar. So the only issue I'm having with this part of it is when I bought the yarn, I didn't buy all the suggested yarn. I bought the same weight yarn, but different brands. And the brands are vastly different in their thickness of being worsted weight. So this key lime color, that's what there is key lime. It's this right here, it's from Impeccable. I don't remember the actual color of it. If you really want to know, I can tell you, but that, and then this dark olive color, they're very, very different thickness. So if you look here, this bump is way bigger than this bump, and even this bump, which is supposed to be like, so like I said, just be careful when you're making it. I don't think they're gonna care because the person that's doing it, you know, they're little, but, or is gonna get it is little, but yeah, it definitely makes a difference with your weights of yarns. So that's what I would just say. Be careful when you're buying yarn from different companies because it can be a bit wonky because this yarn is just way thicker than this is, even though they're both considered worsted weight. So it looks a little funny, but like, hey, who cares? They're not gonna care. So yeah, so I'm almost done with like the main part of it. If I had, like I said, if I had another couple weeks, I would totally go ahead and make the expansion part, but I realized I don't even have some of the color yarns for the expansion that I need, and I just don't have time to even physically go to the store and get it. I just have other things. If I didn't have any kids, nothing else, I could pull an all-nighter and get it all done, but I have children, I have other life priorities, so they're probably just gonna get the main part, and then just before I send it out, I'm going to go to the local bookstore. Hopefully they have the Hungry Caterpillar book. If not, I'm gonna have to be looking real hard because I don't have time to wait even probably for Amazon unless literally it was overnight. Yeah, so that is that project. So this is me randomly when I got done with this. This will be inserted somewhere in a video of an update, but I wanted to film this now when I got the project done because I'm going to be sending this out hopefully in the mail tomorrow. So I just finished. So one of the things I'm sending is this hat, but the other thing is this? So he looks a little funky right now, but I finished the, it looks so crazy, the Hungry Caterpillar. So right now, I have this garbage bag that I'm going to take the little items out. Sorry, that's really loud. And I'm going to put them inside the bag just to make sure I don't want anything to like come out. So we have the lollipop, the watermelon slice. I really love this one. The cheese, the leaf, the cupcake. We have, what's in here? The sausage. That one's really cute too, one of my favorites. The cherry pie, which took me forever and another, but that one's really cool. We have, just pulling things out as they come, the sausage, the ice cream. What else is in here? The cake, 1 of 5 oranges. Oh, the pickle, another orange. It's 2 of the oranges, 3, 4 of the oranges, the 5th orange. There's 5 oranges. And then, let's see, we got 3 strawberries. There should be 1 more in there. Yep. 4 strawberries, 1 plum, 2 plum, 3 plum, 1 pear, 2 pear, and an apple. So that is everything. This is, it just, oh, that is everything. Like I said, this is kind of like what the face looks insane. This is, I had to, oh my God, this face looks insane. But that is what it looks like. When I'm done, no crocheting for a while, I need to get back to my knitting, which I'll show you the project that I'm working on now that I'm really excited. I started it while I was in the middle of this project because I just needed a break. But this is the other whip that I'm working on. And this is the Maine Vest by whoever. Like I said, I don't know how people remember all these things when they're showing. I'll show you how much I got. I actually gotten pretty far. So I got the collar, all of the back, and one of the front panels. There's lots of strings hanging because it has multiple parts. So I'll try to show you my best of like what it looks like. So here's the collar. So I'll try to do this as nice as I can. All right, here's the collar. This is one front, and eventually it will, you just can't see. The back is on there. So my next part is to do the other front side of it. This is in a waffle stitch pattern. The top part is waffle stitch, and then the bottom is just plain, I think, stockinette. I am using the worsted weight yarn from Green Mountain Spinnery. I got this while I was at the Wool and Sheep Festival in Rhinebeck. Woo! Okay, we're stuck. Oh no, we're stuck. And this is, it's a very rustic yarn. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to tell. So the thickness of the yarn kind of weans and wanes, or whatever you'd call it. But I think it's gonna be okay. It's not super, super scratchy, but you can see a huge, like this is the waffle pattern on the back. Some people actually take it and, wish I could like show this to you really well, but this is kind of what it looks like. And then like I said, this side we gotta, and then here's the collar. So that is the vest that I'm working on right now. I do have to say, I did not, I'm just kind of warning anyone, you know, if and when this is done, I will obviously show it to you, but I do want to warn you, if you're going to make this vest, read other people's projects first that have done this, because I didn't do that. I didn't check anyone else's projects. I didn't check to see anything about the pattern. I was just like, yeah, sure, we'll figure this out. And as I started making it, I was like, the pattern isn't like, it's not that there's a bunch of things wrong with the pattern. However, things are just a little off sometimes and not super clear. And I thought it was me at first because I'm a pretty good knitter, but I'm not super advanced. And so sometimes I'll read a pattern and I don't get it. And so I might have to ask for help. And so I was going through, I'm like, some of these things just don't, I don't know. They just didn't make a whole ton of sense. And so I looked in other people's projects that have made this. And when I actually found people with notes in their project, many of them said, this is very tricky to follow. There's certain parts, like for example, this is kind of a small thing, but this is the bottom, like it's upside down right now. This is the bottom of the back. It has you go all the way to the bottom. It does not say to put on stitch holders. It doesn't say to like stop and cut your yarn or anything. And then all of a sudden it just says, whoop, go to all the way up here and start working down. And I'm like, but I'm still holding on to yarn and I'm rereading it. Yeah, so like I said, there's just certain parts, and there are a few parts in the pattern that give you video tutorials, but those video tutorials are either mostly or partially in German, because apparently part of the issue with the pattern is it was translated from German to English, and the translation was not super accurate, smooth, whatever you want to call it. I find that if as long as you're okay trying to figure a few things on your own, I honestly didn't get help on anything. I just figured it out myself. I think you can do it as long as you're not a person who I'm like, I have to have every single thing dictated to me and I can't figure things out on my own. Even when the videos, especially like this part here where it's talking about where to still whatever, the collar, even though the videos were in German, honestly, you can just follow the movements that they're doing and it's fine. Like, you don't actually have to understand the words of the video, in my opinion. Some of these, I have to say, like I said, working the increases in a waffle stitch, not my favorite thing to do. I would not do it again, and I'm sure there's probably, I've had to rip like that. You'll see this small section right here where I have a lifeline. I didn't use a lifeline the rest of it, which is probably dumb, but it took me probably 4 times just to get this and figure it out. Like I said, maybe it won't for you, but I'm super excited to get back to this. I'm super excited to get back to knitting, even if it's these dishcloths that I don't like. I'm just over crocheting. It was too much in a short amount of time. Honestly, if I had taken 3 months to do this project and just took my time every once in a while doing a piece, I think I would like it much better. But yeah, give yourself time. So that is the other whip I'll be working on. Like I said, once all the other gift projects are done, I'll get back to working on this, and I will, it's not even on needles right now. So I will get back to making another ribbed hat just because that's a super easy thing to work on while I'm on the go. So that is everything. I've been blabbing for quite a while now, and yeah, I don't really have any acquisitions. I mean, other than like the yarn but I already did a Rhinebeck haul, but so I don't really have, the only thing that I did get, technically it's not a actual knitting crochet acquisition. I am going through surrogacy, so I've already been a surrogate one time, gave birth to a baby last February 2024, and I'm going through another surrogacy journey to help another family. And it was funny because I was watching, oh my gosh, the Purl pod? What? I can't think right now. Sarah and Paige. The Purl pod. I think that's what their name is. My gosh, I watch them all the time, but my brain is just, it's done today. And anyways, Paige was mentioning that she got this, and literally like 2 days before, I had gotten one of these for my surrogacy journey. So the agency that I'm working with, once you get past a certain point and you're going to be close-ish to starting taking meds, blah, 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 all that stuff, the IVF process, they give you a little gift box. And in that gift box I added the stickers onto this, but they give you this, which is a pill organizer. And Paige showed, I think, this exact same color. She was like, I have this pill organizer that I got, but I've put all my stitch markers in there. So, because I don't need it for pills, I have a different way of putting pills and things. I have done the same. So I have And here's a row counter. These are some like T-pins and stoppers for my knitting needles. And then what I did is I have different types of stitch markers in each one. Some of these are light bulbs, some of these are thicker, bigger ones, thinner. I have counting ones. These are some progress keepers. So I really thought that that was a great idea to keep stitch markers, because sometimes I'll just throw them in a little zipper pouch, but then they're all messed up. Whereas this is really nice because it's all individual. You can organize them however you want. So I don't know how much this costs. I'll try to link it down below. I didn't buy it. But I'm sure you can get them on Amazon or probably even in the stores, super cheap. So like I said, the stickers that I added, I got a pack, I think was off Etsy like a year ago, and it's 50 different knitting crochet related stickers. So I just threw them on there because they're cute and it makes it know that it's my stitch marker stuff. So I will keep that in there. Anything else? Like I said, this is my cheese bag. It's from Stash Stash. I don't think she has that one right now, but she has a lot of really cool ones. I will link everything down below. Yeah, other than that, if I link anything that is from Amazon, it is an affiliate link, but ain't nobody buying my stuff right now anyway, so who cares? But most things, they're not affiliate links. So anyways, just letting you know, I will definitely get back to you once I am done with everything, show you guys. I'll probably just take a picture when I'm done with this if I do anything else with it, because I'm sending it straight out. I'm not gonna be able to keep it for the next video. And also these dishcloths as well, I'll try to either just like film a little clip or take a photo of them when they're done so I can show you as finished objects in my next video. And that is that. Let me know, did you guys do any gift knitting or crocheting or whatever, needle pointing, whatever you do, any gift crafting this year? I have committed that next year I am not gift crafting anything. Now I do have some ideas of like a blanket that I want to make, but the things that I want to make for gifts are not going to have a deadline. That's what, like, I want to make a hat for one of my kids or something else. Fine, as long as I don't have a deadline of when I need to do it, I don't mind doing that. But like, oh, by Christmas, by Hanukkah, by their birthday, I'm not doing any of that. I've tried to even start earlier so that I didn't have this rush happen, and somehow life just gets a hold of you. This year's been absolute chaos. So yeah, we're not doing that next year. Never. I'll figure out something else for people's. And yeah, this is like, this is almost a hat. There you go. Okay, that is that. Let me know how you guys are doing down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.